Good day. My name is Gerard Moore. I'm a senior security architect and ethical hacker with 18 years experience in cybersecurity. I focus on ethical hacking and hacking prevention techniques. In this presentation, I'll be discussing one of the top concerns for CEOs globally and how to effectively prevent attacks on corporate and cloud resources and how to hide your networks and systems infrastructure. The current problem. In PwC's 24th annual Global CEO survey, CEOs were asked what the biggest concern was in respect of economic, policy, social, environmental, and business threats are to their organizations for 2021. The survey found that CEOs are extremely concerned about cyber threats, 14% more so than in 2020. Cyber threats ranked just below COVID and general health crises as the second biggest concern for growth. Among CEOs in North America and Western Europe, cybersecurity was identified as a top threat due to digital transformation. Cybercriminals conduct diverse types of attacks upon executives, so business leaders must be aware of the most common malicious attacks on digital systems, such as network attacks, spear phishing attacks, business and email compromise, social media impersonation, and account takeovers. Cybersecurity will always be complex. It is rather technical, and human error and mistakes render systems vulnerable to attack. The Biden administration advised that it is intended escalating cyber attacks to a national security and economic threat. The administration announced on the 26th of August 2021 that it would work with the industry to develop new guidelines to assist companies and government agencies to build security technology and assess the security of existing technology. Now, increased regulations add to the burden upon executives with compliance and regulation audits, adding more pressure upon IT security teams and chief information security officers. When are we to concentrate on what matters most, protecting organizations against cyber attacks? Increased security technology adds another layer of complexity in limiting vulnerability of systems and resources which the IT security teams and executives need to worry about. Adding security technology to an already list of exhaustive security tech and bundling them on top of other security technologies simply because some regulation is forcing us to do so is not solving our problem. What we need to do is we need to take a step back and consider the basics on how to protect our organizations against attacks instead of adding more layers to it. The basics of security in its most generic form is simply to divorce the device or asset from the network. This may sound absurd, but we simply just cannot do that. We have users, customers, suppliers, and vendors that require access to systems in order to complete the task, and the system is part of a business critical function of the organization. We need to trust no one, verify everything, and assume a breach mindset. What if we could simply mimic such a situation without the need to physically unplug the device? This is where hidden, dark network and resources solve the problem. Our solution is simple. Simply put, attackers cannot attack what they cannot see or communicate with. Are we expected to provide remote workers and our users with VPNs, which is 90s technology, in order to try and prevent attacks from the 21st century? It just does not make sense anymore. We need technology and our solutions that can stay up to date with the century. We need a solution which totally eliminates external threats. We need a solution that allows us to concentrate our efforts on the user that made the mistake of opening a link in a mail that allowed an attacker to be present on the user's device without worrying that the attacker can move within the network and infect various resources. You need hidden corporate networks and resources. You need hidden cloud networks and resources, and you need complete security on the basis that devices and or assets seems unplugged from the network. We need to control who has access to network resources, and we need to work on a need-to-know model. The corporate perimeter is no longer a secure zone. You need to reevaluate your security strategy and assess your security plan. And this is how we can help. We will conduct a zero trust assessment and assist in implementing a hidden network that will prevent attacks on your resources. We will do so in conducting a survey on your assets and subjects. We will do a survey on data and workflows. We will identify key processes and risks, formulate policies for the hidden network. We will identify all up and downstream resources. We will perform the same assessment on both your corporate and your cloud environments. We will hide your resources and build a need-to-know model. If you want to know more, your CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, and or IT manager can contact me on gmore@inosolve.com or contact me on the number listed on your screen. We have prepared an in-depth presentation on how the solution is achieved together with a proof of concept. I thank you for your time.